Today, we're gonna see if anacondas are still real. See this documentary
For decades, people
by
across the
who?
Amazon have reported encounters with enormous snakes,
Into the
creatures
I don't
said to
know.
reach sizes the world has
Can
never seen before. Stories
whatever.
of gigantic anacondas moving silently through remote rivers
Man,
and
this
flooded
AI.
forests. For a long time, these accounts remained little more than stories.
Man, this
But
AI
in
shit,
recent
be.
years, scientists uncovered something remarkable.
This
In the
AI
ancient
shit,
Amazon
be.
rainforest, a giant snake once lived, 15 meters long, the largest snake
15.
ever discovered, a predator that once ruled these forests. Its name was Titanoboa, which raises an unsettling question. If the Amazon once produced giants like Titanoboa, could the conditions that created them still exist today?
Yeah,
And
I
if
think
they
so.
do, how should we interpret the many reports of enormous snakes still seen in the Amazon? To answer that question, we must dive deep into one of the most mysterious ecosystems on Earth, the Amazon rainforest.
Cinema.
The Amazon is the largest rainforest on Earth. It covers nearly 7
Wait, hold
million
on.
square
Is either the answer or this is just a documentary, like a theory documentary?
kilometers across several countries in South America. In sheer size, it reaches nearly the entire area of the United States.
Oh
And across
shit!
this
Really?
enormous region flows the largest freshwater network on Earth.
Wait.
And across this size, it reaches
Oh shit! Because it's Ecuador. It's like half of Ecuador, Colombia, the whole Brazil, basically. It's
nearly the
crazy.
entire area of the United States. And across this enormous region
Didn't know
flows
that.
the largest freshwater network on Earth. A labyrinth of rivers, swamps and wetlands that shape the entire ecosystem. Each year during the rainy season, large
Yeah.
parts of the
Yo, Reem, what's up?
forest flood.
Why is Agent there? Agent 000 is there still? Is he still there? My boy is just dumb. My boy should have watched this video first and then go over there. Oh no. He ended. But my boy was over there chilling 2 days ago, 3 days ago. He was just chilling. Oh no, but he was in the border though. I thought he was in there. Like, what?
Oh, 1,000%.
You would go down there?
No, at first, and just to go find me a better tree.
That's crazy.
flood.
Let's see this
Vast
again.
regions transform into Várzea and Igapo forests, submerged landscapes that remain underwater.
Wait. What? Go back.
And wetlands that shape the entire ecosystem. Each year during the rainy
How come we don't build there? Like Brazil could build like a little. They could make some money in there. Not a lot.
season,
Don't damage it, but go around it, like build around it, and make
large
some
parts
money.
of the forest flood. Vast regions transform into Várzea and Igapo forests.
So there's a
submerged-
forest. There's multiple forests in the Amazon forest.
Landscapes that remain underwater for months. And this environment favors a very specific kind of predator.
Yo, bro, that's crazy though. Like this image is wild. Like imagine you living here, gang.
Várzea and Igapo forests, submerged landscapes that remain underwater for months. And this environment favors a very specific kind of predator, the green anaconda. Built for this world, it is semi-aquatic, comfortable in water, on land, and even
So,
in trees.
There is
It
an
hunts in
anacondas,
murky water where visibility is close to zero.
but
An
the giant anacondas still be hiding. Okay.
ambush predator that uses its powerful body to suffocate its prey, drag it underwater, and drown it before swallowing it whole.
Damn.
And unlike many other predators, Anacondas can survive by feeding only a few times a year. Then, it submerges again and disappears into one of the countless channels cutting through the Amazon. So, if any place on Earth could
Bro, what be doing the rest of the year? What they be doing, bro? They could be chilling.
plausibly hide an unusually large anaconda, it would be the Amazon.
It's
And that
just
plausibility
it's just so
is
weird.
where the stories take
Odd
root.
creatures, man.
Anacondas are the most massive snakes alive.
They should be
The
chilling.
largest clearly documented specimens reach lengths of up to 6 meters.
18 feet. At that point, just say 20 feet.
Modern field researchers, such as rainforest explorer Paul Rosalie, have handled and measured wild anacondas.
Oh yeah, bro, he's the GOAT. Rose who?
Such
Rosalie?
as rainforest explorer Paul Rosalie
Rosalie, he's the GOAT.
have handled and measured wild anacondas repeatedly across the
I
Amazon
think that's him.
basin.
Let me see a
And
picture.
discoveries are still being made today. In 2024, during an expedition in the Ecuadorian Amazon, joined by actor Will Smith, scientists documented an anaconda over 6 meters long, one of
Will Smith? What?
the largest ever clearly recorded. Genetic analysis during the expedition revealed something even more,
What year was this?
and discoveries are still being made today. In 2024,
That was 2 years ago.
genetic analysis during the expedition revealed something even more surprising. The giant anacondas of northern South America are actually a separate species which diverged from the southern green anaconda nearly 10 million years ago.
Oh,
Beyond this size range, reports
Hello?
become increasingly difficult to verify. The largest anaconda ever scientifically documented is recorded by the Natural History Museum in London. According to their archive, this individual measured 8.43 meters
that's 30. That's, bro, there's sum up at this point.
in length and weighed over 200 kilograms.
Damn.
However, this record lacks detailed context, making full verification difficult.
Oh,
Yet reports of giant anacondas in the Amazon extend far beyond this documented size. They appear across different centuries, cultures, and expeditions. During the 19th century, naturalists traveling through the Amazon regularly recorded accounts of snakes reaching 9 to 12 meters.
whoa.
Explorers such as Henry Walter Bates and Alfred Russel Wallace took these reports seriously and documented them in detail. Yet in their own expeditions, the largest anacondas they personally encountered were smaller. In 1907, British explorer Percy Fawcett reported encountering a snake he claimed measured more than 18 meters.
Yo, bro. How, like, what? It's right there, dog. Like, the Amazon is not that far if you look at it. Like, they could come over here and they only have to eat once, and they could come over here and then eat again here when they reach here. Like,
No physical evidence was preserved. Fawcett later returned to the Amazon on another expedition. He never returned. Around
huh?
1910, Theodore Roosevelt, former US president, offered a reward of $50,000 for a giant anaconda measuring over 10 meters delivered to the Bronx Zoo.
Hey, W, man, you know? He's trying to give us the opportunity to see it.
The reward was never claimed. In the modern era, the sightings did not disappear. In 2016, a report from Pará, Brazil, described an anaconda measuring over 10 meters, discovered during construction work. The
Wow.
observation was never fully documented. Across more than a century, the same pattern remains. Not enough to confirm, not enough to dismiss. And that raises a deeper question. Would it even be biologically possible for a predator of that size to exist?
I think so.
The answer is not theoretical, because around 60 million years ago, during the Paleocene epoch, a giant snake named Titanoboa lived in the ancient Amazon rainforest. Its fossils were discovered in the Cerrejón coal mine in northern Colombia. First uncovered in the early 2000s, the snake was formally described in 2009. And Titanoboa was not some distant outlier. It belonged to the boa family, the same group that includes modern anacondas, same lineage, same constricting
So if it's the same lineage, it's still possible.
anatomy, just on a scale the modern world has never seen. Titanoboa reached lengths of up to 15 meters, with a body diameter approaching 1 meter.
I mean, we found one in, what year was it? 2016? I think it was. That was 59.
Estimates suggest it weighed more than 1 metric ton. This was the largest
1 metric ton.
snake ever documented in Earth's history.
Okay, never mind.
Scientists believe Titanoboa fed on large caimans, predators that were already present in the Amazon region at the time. And its existence proves something crucial, that under the right conditions, snakes are capable of reaching extraordinary sizes. But how do snakes manage to become that large?
Because the rivers look like snakes too.
For many years, scientists believed the explanation was simple: temperature. Snakes are cold-blooded animals, and their growth is strongly influenced by environmental heat. During the Paleocene, when Titanoboa lived, the tropics were warmer than today. At first glance, that seemed like the perfect explanation. But today, many researchers argue that temperature alone cannot explain such extreme size.
It has to be food,
Instead,
temperature.
the answer may lie in the ecosystem itself. The ancient Amazon looked different from the rainforest we know today. Large parts of the landscape were dominated by vast wetlands and slow-moving river systems, far more extensive than in much of the Amazon today. These enormous wetlands could sustain huge populations of fish and other aquatic animals.
There's
In
no
these
way.
waters lived other giant predators, crocodiles from the ancient family Drysauridae. Some of these animals reached 5 to 6 meters in length. So Titanoboa was not the only massive reptile living in this environment, which leads us to the central question. Could the modern Amazon still support predators of that scale? One clue comes from the crocodilians that live there today. The largest recorded black caimans have been measured at nearly 6 meters in length, which suggests that even today the Amazon ecosystem can still support predators
I guess so.
almost as large as those that lived here millions of years ago. But could it also support a giant snake? In fact, it already does.
Huh?
The anaconda is the largest known snake alive today. Pythons may reach similar lengths, but their bodies are far slimmer. Anacondas can weigh roughly twice as much. But even the largest recorded anacondas still reach only about half the size estimated for Titanoboa. So does that mean an anaconda could never reach such sizes? Not necessarily. Individuals approaching the extreme limits of their species are exceptionally rare. For every giant individual, there are thousands of smaller ones.
Yeah.
And if any living snake is built to push the limits of size, it would be an animal like the anaconda. Anacondas are semi-aquatic. They can hunt deep underwater, but also far inland. This gives the anaconda access to an unusually large pool of prey.
Yeah.
And unlike many other predators, reptiles such as the anaconda continue
What happened to his
growing throughout
nose?
their lives.
Look at this.
Biologists call this indeterminate growth. As long as the animal survives and finds enough food, it can keep increasing in size. And anacondas can live for 2 to 3 decades.
What?
So from a purely biological perspective, a snake like the anaconda could reach very large sizes. And there is another important factor that distinguishes the anaconda from many other snakes.
What?
The anaconda spends most of its life in water, and that changes the physical limits of body size.
How?
Normally, as animals grow larger, movement becomes more difficult. Gravity places increasing stress on muscles, organs, and the skeleton.
Okay.
But in water, buoyancy supports the body.
Ooh.
It is no coincidence that the largest animals on Earth, like
Are-
the blue whale, live in water.
Yeah.
Water removes
Never
many of
noticed
the
that.
physical limits that gravity places on giant bodies. It does not create giant snakes by itself, but it helps explain why the heaviest living snakes are found in rivers and swamps.
Could
So if any living
Shit.
snake could ever grow close to the size
That
of
went over my head.
Titanoboa, it would be an anaconda in the Amazon rainforest. And that raises an obvious question. If animals like this could theoretically exist, why has no physical evidence of them ever been documented? The answer may lie in the environment itself. The Amazon is vast, dense, and extraordinarily difficult to access. A recent study from 2025 based on 12 years of field observations in the Peruvian Amazon, revealed just how elusive these snakes really are. Researchers attached radio transmitters to several anacondas,
Okay.
allowing them to track the animal's exact locations. Yet even when
And
scientists
patterns.
knew precisely where a snake was, it was rarely visible.
Oh shit.
In only 17% of recorded locations could the anaconda be seen without uncovering it.
Okay.
Most of the time, the snakes remained completely hidden beneath logs, inside dense vegetation, under
Wow.
riverbanks, or even buried
That's
beneath
scary.
leaf litter with only their nostrils.
The head, the tail. What? All right. Tell me we can see that. The tail, yeah, that's okay. But the head, like, what?
Exposed. But detecting the animals is only one part of a much bigger puzzle. The Amazon is one of the most challenging ecosystems on Earth to study. Most scientific infrastructure exists only near settlements and major waterways. Reaching remote tributaries or flooded forests can require days or even weeks of travel by boat. And once there, conducting long-term research becomes extremely demanding. Beyond these accessible areas lies a vast world of flooded forests, remote rivers, and dense wetlands that
Wow.
have never been systematically surveyed by scientists. In places like these, even very large animals can remain unseen for long periods of time. Normally, fossils would document that history, but in the Amazon, they are largely missing. Why? Because tropical rainforests are among the worst environments on Earth for preserving fossils. Heat, moisture, and acidic soils rapidly destroy bones. Most animals that die here leave no trace at all. And even
Wow.
when fossils do survive, they are extremely difficult to find. Dense vegetation hides
even
the
know that.
ground, and rock layers are rarely exposed. Only in rare environments, where sediments quickly bury remains, can fossils survive.
I
and
did
later
not
be
know that.
uncovered. Titanoboa happened to be discovered in exactly such a place. All known Titanoboa fossils come from a single location, a coal mine in northern Colombia. One place, in a region that once covered
Colombia
an
is right
enormous
here.
part of South America. Eventually, Titanoboa disappears from the fossil record, which is why it is assumed to have gone extinct. But in a place where fossils are rarely preserved,
Oh,
the full picture of the past remains incomplete.
so it could be around. It could still be
So the
around.
question becomes, if we could explore other deep layers of the Amazon rainforest, could we find more Titanoboa fossils from later periods? Or perhaps the remains of other giant snakes that lived here after Titanoboa?
Yo, let's see. Yo, comment. They're still around. The Baboa family still around. I think they are. And Big Papa's still around too. I think they are. Like and subscribe.